So earlier, I had posted that I was going to show the Makiwara that I use here in my home practice page, or as somebody once referred to it, the Dungeon Dojo. So this is the main Makiwara. This was actually made by Sensei Pat O'Brien, who's a Seibokan instructor here in the Denver area, and is very handy with tools and wood and building things. I'm good at breaking things, I'm not so great at building things. So if you look at this, it's actually pretty cleverly constructed. So he has a little miter box that he put together, and it's attached to a 2x4. As you can see, it's a lengthwise thing, and I've just attached it to a stud here. And then it has a second piece, the piece that you actually strike. It's just attached in there, and it's actually tied in so that it can be replaced. And this is the second or maybe third, it might be the third actual striking board that I've had on this over the years. And I think he built this for me in 2003 or 2004. And what you have here then is this bit is a foam pad. It's just been wrapped with black electrical tape. And then I put rope around it just out of my own sort of, delusions toward tradition. And, you can punch that. It does pretty well. It has some give. Anyway, that's Makiwara number 1. And it's padded like all the way down to, as you can see, all the way down to like here, which is a good 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. So you can use that bottom section for kicking. This is mostly the punching section right here. And then I also use, for kicking techniques, this is the mantle that used to be above the fireplace in the house when my parents first bought it in 70. Let's see, we came to the States in 78, but I think my father bought the house in 71 or 72. So this is that mantelpiece, and once again, it's just a big sort of collection of bits of foam that I've wrapped around it. And then it was just wrapped around with duct tape, and it's acquired more and more electrical tape over the years, just because it keeps sort of breaking. And it's kind of embarrassing to kick this and suddenly have your foot stuck in it, which has happened to me more than once. So then it usually gets recovered. But that's pretty handy. And this just, if you look at it this way, you can see it just, when it's kicked, it just goes back and then falls, back and hits the ceiling support beam. I've yet to actually kick the house down, which is fortunate because that would lead to a certain amount of repair needing to be done that I'd prefer not to have to do. Anyway, that's sort of the quick 1-2 of the Makiwaras that I use. And then I also have Old Faithful over here. And Old Faithful I've had for years and years and years. It's actually, I think I got this in Seattle back when I was still in the Army, so that would have been like 94-ish. And this is just the garden variety. You can buy it from Century or any of the other sort of martial art catalog thingies. And this is, once again, it's just, electrical taped onto the stud here. And this is more, I use this more just for shito and uraken and that kind of thing. You can see it has the little bend in the middle where I've worn the foam down over the years. Oops. And of course it, looks like a dragon, so you can pretend you're being very Asian and martial arty. Anyway, that's pretty much it. And ta-ta.